Sweet. Hello, and welcome, ladies and gents. Sorry for the delay, I was yapping to myself, forgot that I was muted. So again, today we are gonna do some Girls Frontline 2 and throughout the whole week, for the most part. Because number one, Arknights has no new events that is ongoing right now, there's a repeating event. I may show a sneak peek if there's any interest for that, but for the most part it's just auto farming and, you know, stuff like that. Star Rail, for the most part, is the same, farming the new relic set. Probably gonna do an all day, all-nighter or something like that to just get the main story over with it. So I'm gonna start it and finish it in one go. Hopefully I will be done under 10 hours. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous how fucking bad the main story is. Cause, yeah, they didn't show me any progress so far. I would love to be wrong for once. Just once. Other than that, I missed the opportunity to add it to my schedule because I forgot that the new endgame mode, the new Apocalyptic Shadow, is also out. So obviously, yeah, I'm gonna do the new Apocalyptic Shadow endgame and the weekly Divergence Universe. Speaking of which, Divergence Universe, a new, higher, even harder, stronger, tougher protocol level, Protocol 7, has been introduced as well. Which isn't a shocker for me really, because there were hints in the game already. I was even confused by it. So yeah. Look forward to that as well, because oh boy, if anything, I'm looking forward to Protocol 7. With that said, let's start off on Haoplay. Sorry for the audio cutouts, but I have only one monitor, so every time I tab out or check some shit, you know, either OBS or something else, the audio will cut out. Not much I can do about it. I could get a second monitor, but the desk is what it is. Plus I'm at a really small compact space, like Japanese style almost. So yeah, upgrading is not too much of an option for me. Well, that's not true. It's more like I feel sorry to upgrade into this place when I am gonna hopefully possibly leave soon. So, you know, all that extra work to have a setup that I would feel happy about. You know, drilling the walls, set up the rails, you know, arm attachments to the monitors, etc. Okay, so what I want is Hydro Boost to... Is this the one? Nope. Rifle, as in sniper rifle. Yep. As you can see, I haven't been playing too much of Girls Frontline 2 lately, simply because out of all the gacha games I play, which is technically not a lot, but you could consider it to be a lot, matter of perspective. I currently play 3 gacha games, out of which Girls Frontline 2 has a duplicate, because I play on 2 servers, not because I want to, because I gave, you know, I wanted to give it the most chance I could humanly give for those who were interested in the content, in me, and, you know, in the game. But it seems that didn't quite work out, and out of all of these games, Girls Frontline 2 is in the bottom of the playable and fun perspective for me right now, which is a shocker because I've been shitting on Honkai Star Rail lately, and it is bad. So the fact that I'm even considering that Girls Frontline 2 is below that is mind-boggling for me personally. But it's not so that the game is bad, it's just after some thinking about it, it's probably most likely because the genre itself. Like XCOM style games, which I heavily refer to, and XCOM is one of the first games I played that has this type of gameplay, with the Overwatch mechanics and whatnot that is lacking over here, but that's a different story. So yeah, slapping the gacha on different game genres might not automatically make it workable. For example, in an RTS, aka real-time strategy game, would you slap on a gacha? I think not. Because how would that work? So it was that thought process that got me thinking that why isn't this game working? Or why is it working? You could analyze it from both perspectives. For me, I think the working factors are probably, number one, it has to be the Gunner factor, because the character models look fucking awesome. The gameplay is basic, but it's fun, like XCOM was good, and for those who like that sort of gameplay, they would enjoy this as well, I would believe. So that plus the Gunner factor, what makes it work. However, making it a gacha, like, yeah, that's where I'm kinda lost, but considering many things, I don't have a better answer as of yet. Now, obviously I could be terribly wrong, because the game could be a major success and it could have the financial support as well that I'm not aware of. I was strictly just like analyzing it hypothetically, without any facts or information, just purely what I feel, what I think, what I believe, you know. But everything I've said now is not based on facts, so let me make this clear. If I want to say it factually, I would need to check the data, for example, the player count, the active players, the revenue that the game is making, etc. But without these facts and knowledge and information, I am still pretty confident to say, or not, sorry, not confident saying, I still stand by what I said. So what the fuck is this? Okay, let's go with targeted damage, I guess. I mean, it works, it works. Is Vector not a part of that? Amazing, Ulrid is a part of that. Well, 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 well. I mean, hey. If it works, don't change it. Yeah, so basically I'm at the point with this game that I basically don't care about the story. I gave it a shot, I even went back to watch the original Girls Frontline 1 lore and try to know better. But the game storytelling was bad, and even the YouTube video that tried to explain it wasn't the best either. Maybe it wasn't the creator's fault, maybe the material is just what it is and it couldn't be told any better. I don't know. Fact, the bottom line is the story, I completely lost all interest in it. After that, what's left? The gameplay is left and the gameplay. Okay. So gameplay wise, the attachments are freaking abysmal just because of the UI. The UI is still so freaking abysmal that managing your attachments, especially when you are at your limit for not the first time, is super a pain in the ass. To the point where even I, who loves to min-max and, you know, get character builds and whatnot, lost interest in that completely as well for like a good month now. What's left? The end game. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, I don't really care. I'm just running it on auto at this point, because every point in this game it just feels like a job right now, and that is why after a new gacha game comes or something else that I can replace this game with, I will, because definitely I won't be able to humanly keep up playing more gachas and keep playing the same you know, like adding more gacha games on top of the existing ones. Now, I may come back from time to time and do some things on the front lines, but yeah. And by the way, this final conclusion was, I have to give a shout out to Guardrobe, because he was one of the figures that helped me actually like ease me up with this, because before we got into a debate I was just, you know, thinking about it, you know, considering it. It was like a 60-40, maybe a 70-30 that I will do that, but now I'm like a 99% sure, like, because yeah, it got me thinking, and I know that better games are coming out. Simple as that. Way better games. So unless they make this either less of a chore, time-wise, effort-wise, I don't care, or even both, that would be the best thing. Fix the UI. And, you know, make something with the story, because you know what, you don't even need to do anything with the story, because that takes effort. Just fix the fucking UI. Just fix the fucking UI. That doesn't take too much effort. No voice actors, no directors, no nothing. Just fucking have 3 people working on it, or 4. And it will be out in 2 weeks. Plus testing. Plus testing time, sorry. Make it 3 weeks. What else? Ah yes, I'm already starting to be afraid that we might already seeing some power creep in the game as well. Like, Klukai was one of the very first red flags regarding the power creep, in my humble opinion. Mekti was a total ripoff. I was dumb enough to fall for it, at least on one account. Vector is super nice, balanced, fairly balanced. I have no critique, no negative critique on her. She is good, she is solid. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, the game definitely needs to commit. Either go with the full Gooner way, and don't be like a bitch. Show us ass and titties like no, there is no tomorrow. Be full Gooner. Or stay the way you are, maybe even tone it back down, but then make the gameplay better. And objectively speaking, I would want the later option for the gameplay to be better. It's easier to just develop, you know, get an artist, make Goonerage, and that's that. But again, short-term solutions comes with, you know, long-term problems. So you can just do the power creep and whatnot. That's in the short term, yeah, that fixes many things. You don't need to develop, you don't need to design, etc. But yeah, look at Honkai Star Rail. What is that? What good did that do? Not all that much. Physical and burn. Yeah, this is totally counterintuitive, but let's roll with this. You know what? Let's mix and match, cause why not? There we go. Now, aside from that, if this is the only gacha game you play and, you know, you have more than an hour per day, or roughly an hour per day, then you should have tons of fun with this game. I'm strictly talking... Well, a part of me was strictly talking because of my streaming schedule as well. Because, you know, doing a 5-8, then do 3 to 4 gacha games. If I count this title as 1 or 2, depending, it could be argued that it's 1 because it's one game. It could be argued as 2 because I have 2 accounts, whatever, on 2 different global servers. That's another thing. They could easily just unify the fucking shit. But again, it could be my ignorance that because there are just too many players playing this game. It could be. It's a shame. Because endgame bosses don't really feel like endgame bosses. And weekly bosses, or you know, mundane bosses, feel like endgame bosses, but they shouldn't feel like that. Or it's not a problem that they feel like endgame bosses, is that, like, you know, something is off. Like, something is off. And I can't put my finger on it. But I am feeling it. And no matter how hard I think, I don't know the root cause. And if I don't know the root cause, even if I say like general things that could improve improve games in general, that might not be true here. Also, why would I just spout nonsense? Because without knowing the root cause, everything I say is just speculation. Oh well, it's not my job to decide and figure this shit out. On the other hand, I could be completely wrong and everything I said so far could be a mistake. Maybe I'm just the only one who has these issues with the game and see it this way. Maybe the game is super successful, either player-wise or, you know, financially. Not sure. Again, I would need to check the details or the information if I want to make a statement like that, but to be honest with you all, like, I don't even know why I would do that. A little bit interested, a little bit puzzled, also a little bit annoyed that I can't put my finger around what's the answer when I usually can, you know. Usually when I see game issues, I can like immediately like snap, point it out like this is the fucking problem, this is how it should be fixed. Here, I don't see the problem. It's not all that obvious. And because of that, I cannot even... Well, I could say general, you know, advices, but yeah. Like, I don't know the root cause. The UI is a fucking issue still. I firmly believe that. The timing, the endgame, the gameplay, something around there is also a miss. And even though I see the effort they are bringing in the new game modes and what, they are mostly just aesthetics and collectibles like Pokemon Shiny, gotta catch them all, yada 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 yada. It's only just a temporary thing and, you know, it doesn't really fixes anything. It's a nice addition, yeah, it's appreciated, yeah, but it's not the thing we are looking for. Like, if Gordo was here, I would tell him, like, this would be a perfect example of what we debated last time. Like, they are developing stuff, they are committing effort, time, money into things that players, in my opinion, I feel like, so I don't know, again, specifically, and there's no facts in this, I just feel like players don't really want this. Like, again, this game mode, like, it's nice, it's whatever, it's just basically just farm, get some more shit. I don't know how much time went into it. I know that it could have went somewhere else, that's all I know. And yeah, I don't even care about this game mode, like, I don't care what I miss out, because you basically don't miss out on anything. I don't think I've done this for like 3 weeks now, maybe a month, ever since it came in. Like, I'm not even doing this anymore, because that's how much I'm interested in it. The PvP aspect, yeah, the PvP aspect was, from the very beginning, a fucking joke. And I was an even bigger joke because I took it seriously for the first couple of weeks, maybe even month, when I started this game. Now I just want to do the fight 20 times and thank you very much. And I'm doing this now because it's gonna end soon and I want to do the 20-time thing just for the fucking sugar cubes. So again, like, putting in the currency, the pulling currency, which I just call sugar cube, but it's called collapse piece in the game. It's also locked behind here as well, so yeah. Like, if they were to remove the sugar pieces and the rewards and everything else, like, I firmly believe, I feel like people wouldn't play these game modes, and that's the issue. Because when people play game modes just because there's a reward bit locked behind it, and not because the people want to play it, that's when the issues, that's where the issues start. Because with good games, even without rewards, people will play it and people want to play it. That's when you know your game is good. But here, I'm just playing it for the sugar cubes. I don't care about the placement, I don't care about winning or losing, which is again another huge deal because I take winning very, very seriously. Like, I'm a sore loser in that aspect. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna deny it. And the fact that I don't care speaks volumes. Oh, and yeah, especially don't care because characters like Maki just makes it impossible to speed farm it. So yeah. Which again, by the way, further strengthens my point that I said back in the day when Maki came out. that she is gonna be a PvP beast, and she is. What a shocker. I said something and I was correct. Again. To be fair, I also missed that Maki would be seriously good on boss killings as well, but whatever. I skipped her, and I will not get her ever again. Because now I'm just utterly disgusted with that character. When she first came out, I loved her. I even loved the Zuckerberg cafe event as well. Also, since I'm a huge coffee lover, coffee enjoyer, and her name is literally macchiato, a type of coffee beverage, like, I was in love with her. Now, it went from love all the way to through hatred to utter disgust. Whenever I see her on the enemy team, I'm like, ugh, again. Ugh. Also, nothing personal, but even when I borrow a V6 fully maxed out macchiato from one of my very huge followers, who is, let's just say, it's not free to play, and her macchiato slaps hard, like she does 60-70% alone on the entire 4-man team. Yeah, that just makes me feel even more like, yeah, definitely not broken. Yeah, I definitely have a chance as a free-to-play player. When one single V6 macchiato outperforms my entire team. And that's where I realized that the actual copies in this game is far more predatory than in others. Like Honkai Star Rail's copies and dupes are predatory as fuck as well, but this game, the copies in this game are something else. Like the gear, it doesn't matter. Even if I had the mostly best, well, not mostly, sorry, even I have the best in slot attachments, like literally the best in slot, with fairly good upgrades. As in, like, the rolls of how potent those attachment substats and stats are. I still have no chance against someone who has, like, a V6 or multiple V6 characters. So, yeah, it reminds me of Diablo Immortal in a sense. And you know how successful that was. But whatever. I mean, people can spend however they want and how much as they want. I'm just saying, like, for the most people, like, you would have to be literally crazy shit out of your mind to do that. Especially if you cannot afford to spend like a whale. But if you can spend like a whale and you don't give a fuck, good for you. I do give a fuck. That's the only difference. Ah, yes. Is it a V6? Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Enemy Klukai is not V6. I thought I'm gonna get the double motorbike slammer. Yeah, she did. Oh my god, what is the AI doing on both sides? Yeah. That's 3, I think. Hope that's 3 and not 2. I don't even count where I am. Yeah, that's 3. Let's go 4. You know what? While we are at it, I'm actually gonna farm the other gacha games. Just to, you know, be a little bit more efficient with my fucking time. Because if they are, you know, kind of forcing me to do this shit 20 times, then yeah, I am gonna do it 20 times, but without any audio, and I'm gonna farm the other gacha games instead. Some Arknights. I'll tab back in a few minutes. Oh yeah, for security reasons, I am doing a window by window streaming, so if I were to have at least one more monitor, I would show the entire monitor, because I would be able to, you know, select the other one as primary, then that way any pop-up or anything else wouldn't be shown on stream, for example. But yeah, without that, I have to do it on an application basis. Sorry. Mint pickers life, I guess. Is that how you say it? Mint pickers these days? Feels bad, man. Okay. Ah, right on cue. Did I actually manage to win that one? Wow. Okay, last one. Okay, let that one go. I mean, Dark Knight's auto farm is going as well, so might as well just tap back and let this audio go. Be right back. Yeah, so this is the shit what I was talking about. You can participate this freely 5 times a day. If you want to get everything, you need to participate 20 times. I didn't even notice that only 15 times is the important part. This, I don't really care. I think I even skipped all of the gettable weapon skins so far. Because I always went practicality over fucking skins. Like even in the events. I don't care, that seems too long. Wow, I haven't done these, okay. Completely missed it. Let me mute Arknights. Okay. Yeah, this is what your daily experience would look like. If you wanna farm. And if you wanna stay free to play. That is. And keep in mind, I'm doing everything on auto. For those who wanna have success and, you know, make their chances higher, they would have to manual these. Well, not this specifically, but for example, the previous PvP part. And the platoon boss as well. So yeah, we have some skins here. Never picking these. Why would I? Now, these are actually super important nowadays. The new chips. Oh, let's go with jewels. Shadow Cells V6 QJ is super OP, like I'm taking that almost every single time when I'm not just regular farming. Speaking of sneaky jewels, I might just give him a vice commander position as well at this point. Or maybe next time when he will jump in, make it a little bit of surprise. Also, I just realized my Arc Knights crashed. Yay. But never mind, at least the farms were a success, so it probably crashed afterwards. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down then. I'm honestly tempted to just fucking do my Honkai Star Rail farms as well. Not gonna lie. Because by the way, if I want to be 100% relatable to you guys, this is how I would normally do it anyways. But you know, usually when I stream, I just keep it one game. But since I don't have any, you know, questions or whatever as well, I'm just gonna keep it effective. Not effective, sorry, efficient. So yeah, while this is going, let me open up Starreal. Because believe it or not, if I don't have to stream it on a very high quality, like for the viewer experience, then yeah, it can easily handle both games. But when I stream it on a high quality for you guys, then yeah, it kind of chugs sometimes, interestingly enough. But I think it's an OBS issue because it kind of looks like it eats up everything over like after 2 hours or 3 hours. And it continues on to chug. But you know, it struggles a little bit, give it some time to rest, then it goes back down. Like, it almost seems like it couldn't buffer. Also, the percentages are kind of fucked up sometimes. Like, it says like the game is using 70%, but OBS is using 80%, and I'm like, hello, Windows, how can this use 150% plus? You don't know what 100% is? It's kind of things like that. To be fair, I like the beat. The music is really nice. Like, like some techno, like some good ass techno shit. Doesn't really fit the character, in my opinion. Like, you know, cute, nice. Also, I don't know what's with the Christmas Santa Claus sledge as well. Maybe it's Christmas now in China? Is it the winter season now? Oh, it's probably winter season now there, because we have the summer season over here. Yeah, that's probably it. It's always flipped, so... do I want to do the story as well? I mean, why not? Let's see if they manage to do a good storytelling. Nope, it's still the same. Okay. She looks cute. Let's have a look, indeed. Zakiro's nearby. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Okay, a little heart animation. Yeah, this is 100% fan service, and I think that's good for this game. Because they need all the help they can have. Also, the music is really nice. It's calm, chill, lovely. Now, I do wonder if it's gonna stay the same after I start the combat. No. Oh, I shouldn't have started the combat. I would have loved to listen to that music a little bit more. I almost didn't notice the new enemy unit, that robot. Patroller. And yeah, this is how it looks like on a daily basis. Almost an hour in. Now, to be fair, if I wasn't doing the event maps that I am doing right now, I would have probably been finished by now. But again, events will come up from time to time, ever so often, so we have to count for that as well. Okay. I do wonder who's gonna be the boss at the very end. Or what? Who or what? Because based on what I see, I'm kind of afraid what's gonna be the boss mechanically. You know, and what weaknesses will it have, etc. I would imagine it would have like lightning weakness. Maybe even fire to keep Vector going, but they might just nullify Vector. No, this is Vector. Like, I think it would still have some fire weakness, otherwise it would be an absolute slap in the face. Yahoo! Sorry, Yohei. I'm like, Yahoo! Yohei is like, Yahoo! Mamma mia! Please, no spaghetti! Okay, I love this beat as well. What's the music? I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking, but at least it's a change of pace. Oh yeah, some more fan service. Love it. Gotta love it. They really know, you know? I really wish Honkai Star Rail would hire this cameraman over here. Because the cameraman is doing a freaking awesome job. You know, as we would call it, quote unquote, the cameraman. So yeah, at least, you know, they show off the actual product, in this case, Yahoo! In the most appealing way as possible, which is good. Yeah, I'm totally so lost and puzzled about this game and the development and the, you know, the projection where this game is going and where it's heading. I'm so lost. This is probably the first game I'm so lost, where I actually cannot predict or even see what's gonna happen. Also, what the fuck is this boss? Boss? Sorry, box. Oh well, let's see if the auto can get it. Oh, there is actually a mini boss. Or big boss, I don't know. Be right back in a sec. I still think the game has potential, or has the ability to be better and be more successful. Problem is, they don't really have the luxury or the wiggle room to change the core mechanics of the gameplay just based on the characters already released. Otherwise they would have to like rebalance and make almost a total overhaul of the entire, you know, like core structure. Like the... If I were to orientate it in, you know, the object way, kinda. Like, I don't know how to say this safely. But yeah. Either make this more tactical, because the genre itself kind of screams to be tactical. Like, either be it, you know, like Overwatch, like, you know, a little bit slower but more meaningful gameplay. Not particularly slower, but just more meaningful. Because more often than not, it just feels like unnecessary grind, unnecessary amount of enemies. The map designs are kinda good. Shockingly good sometimes. But again, yeah, why do we need... Whatever. I take that back what I said. I could be wrong about that. Still, it severely doesn't hit like XCOM. And I firmly feel, again, just hypothetically, I firmly feel it is because that they slapped the gacha on it. Because the gacha kinda demands something else, and that something else that the gacha demands kinda overrides the core gameplay of the game, which is actually hurting it. That's my opinion. So either they change, you know, the gacha a little bit, focus more on the core game mechanics, gameplay. You know, like if you were fishing, you cannot just fish for the biggest fish in the lake or in the ocean without, you know, proper bait, without a proper hook, without proper linen, without a proper rod. Because it's just how it is. Like, I understand the nature of gacha and the most intentions about how they designed this overall game layout, as I would like to say it. But again, I feel like it's not getting the results that the devs probably wished it could have or would have. And again, I could be wrong. This is just my hypothetical, what I see, what I feel, what I believe, what I think, without actual, you know, facts to back it up, because I didn't fact check. This is just purely what I believe. Also, nice portrait. So that was the story, and that was the final boss of the story? Question mark? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Oh no. So wait, are these actually the musics? Sharkry! Do you guys know each other? Okay, I don't know what this is, but if this is like not a side story but a recap that you could watch anytime you want, that is actually huge for the fans who actually care about this. Not gonna lie, it could be useful for me as a streamer as well, but sadly, like I said before, I don't actually care all that much about it anymore. Maybe, but this is a great first step. Maybe this will help me give a shit again. For now, I'm just gonna collect the rewards. I mean, the concept is nice. It takes little to no effort and time. But yeah, like, I'm so puzzled again. It's like, people are telling me that this was made by a small dev team. But it feels like it has at least 2 teams. Because in some areas, it excels. And in other areas, which should be the same principle, it utterly lacks. So how can you... Let me just give you an example. So how can you eat like a gentleman at one dish, and then they present you another dish, and then you eat like a barbarian? It's like, no. Sometimes, I don't understand. Like this game makes me want to question my sanity sometimes, like... Like, what the fuck is actually going on? In some areas it's super good, super clean, how I think it should be. And on other areas that should be on the same topic, you know, let's say if it's visual, if it's music, then they utterly fuck up, and I don't understand why. Why they can, for example, in music, nail it in some areas and fuck it up in other areas. In visuals, nail it in some areas, fuck it up in other areas. In the UI, in the gacha, and there's many points where they do this exact same shit, where they excel sometimes and they utterly fuck up sometimes. And for the rest of the times, it's meh. What the fuck is going on with this game? Again, as I said it from almost day one, I see the care, I see the effort, I see that they want to try, you know, they are trying. But at the same time, I also see the blindness, the utterly don't give a fuck, the nobody cares attitude as well. So, and these two are polar opposites, and they are in the same fucking game. Elements of it are in the game. For example, when they originally didn't show the duplicates or the effects with the characters and the guns, they fixed the characters, but the guns remained the same again. If there was the issue with the characters, why couldn't they fix the guns as well? It's still not fixed. The UI is still fucking abysmal. The attachment selector, the sorting is just not working. Literally. Best example, select defense and defense percentage to be sorted out. It will only select one or the other. Sometimes both, but you cannot precisely select both of them, just both of them. It will select... It's not an AND gate, it's an AND OR gate. Which is fucking bad. Or just make it you know, like, accessible to us to manually select if it's an AND gate, an OR gate, or an AND OR gate. Because there's a huge fucking difference. And yeah, there's no other way to sort, by the way. So all the hundreds and thousands of attachments, you have to just, well, one by one manually do it, or risk the fact that you might, you know, disenchant a BIS piece, best in slot piece, because the sorting sucks. Also, by the way, I'm still in the Honkai Star Rail main menu. I forgot to start my farming run. Give me a sec. Oh, never mind. I forgot. I actually did it already. Just like half an hour before stream. Never mind then. The 4 out of it. Like, either the players and, you know, my guild members are mistaken and it's not made by a small group of devs or one group, or they are correct, but then there is something wrong with this dev team and this one group because they are making mistakes that they shouldn't, because they showed the capabilities that they can do better and should do better. Overall, it collapses. It's like having a bike chain and having like 6 chain links of the whole chain like being utterly rusted, not even made out of steel or metal or properly tempered. It's just like adding plastic chain links into the whole chain, and I'm like, why? Why the fuck would you do that? And it puzzles me, baby, because, you know, the chain link factory is not one chain link factory that manufactures steel chain links, but, you know, it might be another chain link factory that gives you fucking plastic. Just a stupid example that I came up with. I think bottom line is with the game, and why I don't really care about it, is because, like I mentioned before, the multiplayer is not even worth mentioning, is utterly pay to win. Without a shadow of a doubt. That leaves us with what? The single player part of it. Single player part of it, as like I also mentioned before, it kinda sucks. The story is almost non-existent. The characters are cool, the gameplay is meh, and that's it. You get the Gooner aspect going and nothing really else. And for me personally, like, Gooner aspect, or, you know, fan service, quote unquote, name it however you want it, it's not a really big of a hook factor for me. Like, you cannot bait me with, you know, things like that. Now, you may be able to do that with many other and most people, it's just not me. The music is good though. I don't understand you guys. You have such banger elements sometimes. The music, the character designs, the animations. Yet the UI, the gacha, the story. Like, no. Why? This game could be so much more and so much better. But again, I'm afraid it's kind of too late. I always was an advocate of, you know, getting it correctly and getting it right from the very get-go. Otherwise, it's gonna be very hard, if not impossible, to make it right. Like some games, for example, like not The Last of Us. What was the title? No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky was struggling for quite a while and perhaps maybe even still struggling. Like, imagine if they would have done everything correctly from the very get-go. How much more successful they would have been right now. And how much less effort and less money would they have needed to spend overall. Just saying. But again, nobody cares about facts. At least not the devs, for the most part. Nowadays, lately. Okay, we got 2 more tickets. Let's finish this off. Boss, we have the chili robot again. Let's go. Lumi. Tab out real quick. Still seems good, however, I do think my chat overlay is broken again. Just give out another command. Check. No, it's still working. Guess I'm tripping. Also, just now that I remember it, back when I was talking about this with Guardrobe the last time, again, this is a pretty good example on why it is actually not a total waste to keep, you know, Girls Frontline 2 in the library for now, because as of now, the Honkai story, main story sucks. I have the one new event to do there, which is gonna be like top 2 hours. And then I would be out of content because there's nothing to do in Arc Nights. I'm not able to stream Expedition 33 because my GPU can't handle it, both the game and streaming. Also, I think the Expedition 33 hype is kind of over at this point, so I'm late as well. There is another game though, it's called, what's it called? Tainted Grail. Something of Avalon. Check the game and it looks kinda sick. I don't know how much will it change and now the full release, but back in like version 0809 it was very promising and almost complete. So yeah, it was kinda fun. And the PC would be able to handle both the game and streaming, but I don't know how much you guys would be interested in that. Nor do I have the opportunity to do a poll or ask your guys' opinions, nor was there any request in the Discord or in the suggestion box, so I guess I'll skip that. It's a cool game though, loved it. It's like Skyrim or Oblivion or even Elden Rings. Has some bugs and has some literal cheese opportunities in it, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who figured that out because there's literally so much cheesy opportunities in that. It's kind of funny, in a good way. After I'm finished with this run, I think I'm gonna end the stream shortly. I'm not even gonna do the other server. By the way, I'm currently on Haoplay and I still need to do the exact same thing, everything on Dark Winter as well. And yeah, after this, like, I have zero motivation. Well, I didn't have too much motivation to begin with, but now I even have less. That is more precise, like near zero motivation to do it right now after this. I'm probably just gonna sit back, relax, and hit the sack. Because it was a long day. And barely no fun to had. Aside from mundane daily activity. Alright. And that's how one daily activity looks like in Girls Frontline 2. For me, it's ×2 because I would need to repeat the entire process that you have seen on auto, on speedrun with no animations, no nothing. And it took me over an hour. So that's your bar. And I haven't done anything else. If I wanna do all the miniature and more minuscule miscellaneous stuff, then it's probably gonna take like another good 10 to 15 minutes as well on top of it. But at that point I can easily say it's 1.5 hours. Even with some yap, you know? Because I did do this everything on auto. Which some might not do, especially on the guild boss and on the other one, the big PvP one. For those who care. Alrighty, that's that. Thank you guys for bearing along with my freaking yap. I'm still totally lost with this game, as in, why does it make so many minuscule and annoying mistakes, but very impactful mistakes to the detriment of the game? And why is it on other areas and other times shows so much progress, so much care, so much effort, and it falls apart, falls short? Like, it's both... it's infuriating. Literally, it's infuriating. To see a game struggling like this. Because it shouldn't. I firmly believe this game shouldn't suffer like this. At least I feel like it's suffering. Maybe it would be the best to just let it out of its misery. Well, on this little sad note, let's hope on Stariel, on the endgame Apocalyptic Shadow, we will have a little bit of better vibes, because, oh boy, I'm totally lost with this game. Till then, take care of you all. See you next time. Bye-bye. And for some reason, the scene switch is not working. Why are you not working? Is OBS bugged? Yep, looks like it's bugged. Fuck me. There we go.
to